In today's society, some crowds share common interests, and if people don't fit into those crowds, they may be judged negatively. This makes people change how they are just to blend in with the crowds. Since they are perceived as different, they'll do whatever it takes to try and be accepted by everybody else. However, remember my friend that you only live once, and there is only one you among the 7 billion people in the world. So instead of fitting in, why not be the best version of yourself? And the only one capable of doing that is none other than yourself. What's more, being the best version of yourself does not only concern you. After all, it will make you stand out, be more interesting to others, and they'd be more willing to connect with you professionally or even become friends. Right now, you might be thinking, how could I do that? Well, you don't have to sweat it, because today we're taking a look at the 15 powerful and effective ways to stand out from the crowd. Welcome to Thrivetastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. 1. Equip yourself with the necessary skills. Equipping yourself with the necessary skills is one of the simplest ways to stand out professionally. Employers will always look for the best qualified candidate, and possessing the necessary skills boosts your chances of obtaining better compensation. Let's conduct a little experiment. Assume you're an employer in need of new developers for your company. You get 5 people with varying degrees of skill and experience, but one sticks out because of their lengthy list of skills, which dates back to a very young age. Even if this candidate isn't the most experienced of the 5, you'd be more likely to give them a chance because of the skills they've developed through the years. Skilled workers are constantly in high demand. It's interesting because it demonstrates not only how informed they would be, but also the extent that they would also obtain knowledge. That appeals to everyone. Believe me, it will set you apart from the crowd. 2. Always allow your creativity to show. You know you have great ideas, but you won't share them because you believe no one cares what you think. Well, here's a spoiler. It's not about people caring, it's about you demonstrating your creativity. Regardless of the criticism, your creativity sets you apart from everyone else. But if you don't allow it to flourish, it will be buried and you will become an undiscovered gem. Allowing your creativity to shine shows initiative and informs your colleagues that you're prepared to go the extra mile, which is an undeniably tragic story. It also indicates your capacity to tackle problems in new and interesting ways, which sets you apart from the crowd. 3. Be willing to grow. As a professional, you must always be willing to adapt to changing circumstances. We understand that learning specific skills can take many months, but you must understand that because the world is changing so quickly, you must be willing to learn new skills. Most of the skills we learned in college are just insufficient for the real world. Therefore, employers want to see someone eager to learn new skills or adapt to new ways of doing things. Most businesses look for personnel not just for the present but also for the future. It doesn't matter if you're an expert in one field, learning to grow in numerous areas will make you a valued member of any community. 4. Be disciplined. Discipline is not something that is taught in college or high school. As far as we know, there is no such thing as Discipline 101. So, discipline is a skill that you must teach yourself, and it will always be part of your life. You may be pushed to act on instinct or allow your emotions to overpower you at times. Being disciplined, on the other hand, implies being able to channel these overflowing emotions into something else, while adhering to a set of standards. Discipline is a demonstration of control over your mind and actions. It also implies you won't be like anyone else, which makes you even more unique. The rest of the world may be acting haphazardly, but your discipline will not allow you to accept mediocrity. This will set you apart from everyone else. 5. Take yourself seriously. How can you expect others to regard you as a powerful force if you don't believe in yourself? One of the first steps in standing out is to tell yourself that you are worthy of being heard and recognized. To be seen and heard in a tremendously noisy world, you must stand out from the crowd. You must distinguish yourself. And surprisingly, one of the best ways to get started is to equip yourself with the necessary skills while simultaneously improving your current abilities. When you start treating yourself seriously, others will be forced to treat you similarly. 6. Be helpful. It may appear cool, but no one loves a coworker who is unable to help when needed. Furthermore, helping others is still one of the simplest methods to make a good impression. When you help them or are good to them, they become more interested. It's sometimes easy to repay the generosity, but other times people are genuinely delighted that you did something for them, leading them to believe that you'd be good friends. Furthermore, helping others demonstrates a deep sense of empathy, while also showing how much of yourself you're prepared to give to others. 7. Be a collaborator. It's cool to be a lone wolf, but you know what's even better? Learning to collaborate with others. Being a collaborator implies that you are always willing to work with others and to be a member of a team. But it is much more than that. It's all about making other people look good. It's simple logic. If you make people feel good and at ease with you, they'll naturally stand out from the crowd. There is one thing we should say regarding making people feel good. Don't be deceitful. Okay? Don't say anything unless you truly mean it. 8. Become extremely good at what you do. If you're the best at what you do, it's impossible not to be noticed. It's only a question of time you're noticed if you regularly produce excellent work. Producing excellent work boosts your chances of advancement by demonstrating to your superiors that you're genuinely interested in the progress of the company. Did you also know that completing a good job gives you a sense of accomplishment? This has a huge impact on how confident you are in yourself and your skills. 9. Be positive. You may believe that the world is an unfair place, but you're not required to share this belief with everyone you meet. Spread happiness. Nobody likes to hear you ramble on how difficult life can be. Positivity is contagious. We all want to know that everything will be well. The key to this is to find a method to combine optimism and professionalism. On a typical day at the office, things can get a little messy. But it's important not to let it dampen your spirits. And if it does so much that you feel unmotivated to work, you don't have to make others feel the same way. Optimism and positivity are contagious, and if you're the one that always makes every work setting come alive, your coworkers will automatically gravitate toward you. It's the same as preferring to work with someone upbeat and pleasant than someone who can't seem to see the bright side of life. 10. Know thyself. You may not realize it yet, but there's something special about you, something that distinguishes you. But before you can understand what is different about you, you must first know yourself. Just as a painter understands their canvas. After determining what distinguishes you, the next and most crucial step is to understand how to capitalize on this distinguishing feature. This distinctive characteristic will help you to stand out and eventually cause you to be noticed. 11. Create deeper and more meaningful friendships. We all know that most working environments are filled with surface-level friendships because they're packed with a bunch of people who can't wait for the end of the day. But despite our desire to be free of work, we should be able to form meaningful and genuine relationships in a professional setting. When you get to know someone on a more personal level, you begin to understand why they act the way they do. Knowing the reason for their actions make it easier to respond to them appropriately. When your coworkers realize this, they will begin to see you in a different light as well, making you stand out from everyone else in the company. 12. Get relevant experience. Relevant experience is also necessary to help you stand out from the crowd. You can't solely be concerned about money if you want to advance in your field. This is especially true if you're in the early stages of your profession. Many organizations provide internships as a learning opportunity. Having the correct experience demonstrates a willingness to learn and improve. And it, like having the right skills, will place you in a far better position to stand out among your peers. 13. Pay attention to what you wear. Have you ever noticed how people with distinct fashion sense stand out? This is because how you dress has a direct impact on how you are addressed. You may not realize it, but what you wear quietly conveys how much power you wield, how smart you are, how much money you make, and how important you are in the grand scheme of things. But most importantly, what you wear influences your ability to stand out. Indeed, studies on psychology of fashion have revealed that what we wear is closely linked to our identities and how others will come to define us. If you have a reputation for dressing shabbily, it should come as no surprise that others will ignore you in a professional context. You may believe that becoming creative with your fashion sense is nearly impossible, but by adding standout pieces to your wardrobe, such as a cool pair of glasses or a brilliantly colored blazer, in no time you'll see how everyone pays attention to your next day at the office, because they're convinced you'll be wearing something interesting. 14. Work with a game plan. Having a game plan, for example, makes it easier to specify strategies to stand out. For example, you may make a list of the qualities and values you want to be recognized for. Then assess whether your existing values and traits are consistent with that list. If they aren't, you must design action plans that push you to become a better version of yourself. 15. Be authentic. Standing out does not require you to completely transform into someone else. It's more about being the most authentic and original version of yourself. Simply being yourself increases your chances of standing out. You're not required to dress or sound like anyone else. Your voice is distinct. Choosing to be authentic also implies that you will embrace your flaws and failings and will not allow them to define you. Being genuine and honest provides you with a better chance of being happy and confident. As Goldie Hawn once stated, the only thing that will make you happy is being happy with who you are, not who people think you are. How about it, guys? Are you ready to stand out from the crowd? If you do, please write unique in the comment section down below, and let's practice these ways to become the best version of ourselves. Thank you for watching this Thrivetastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrivetastic video for you to watch next.